Hey, y'all. Welcome to episode 278 of Consignment Chats. All right, so this past Thursday, I am pulling up to a driveway. It is a gorgeous sunny day. I pull up to an estate sale. I get out. I drove an hour and a half. I get out of the car. It's just beautiful. And I walk up to this beautiful house. And as I'm walking up, I'm standing in this driveway looking around, and I'm like, dude, this is actually my life. This is my life. This is the life that I live.
Yes.
So today we're just talking about our actual week that we had this past week, our real life reselling world that we live in.
If you're thinking about being a full-time reseller or part-time, like this is what it actually looks like. Let's give them a peek into our days.
Hey y'all, welcome to Consignment Chats, reselling tips, mindset, and real life. Hit subscribe and let's grow together.
Yeah, I think we should. I think the main thing we need to tell everybody, because we talk about this on several episodes over and over again, we do set schedules. We do. We set a schedule. It's not always set in stone though, right? So Tell us about your schedules, because I know mine changed this past week. I had it all changed. I was going to meet all my 12-week year tactics. I was going to meet my mastermind commitments. I had it all planned out. The days I was going to the library, the this, that, and the other. And I kind of had some changes. How about y'all?
And Thursday morning, she calls us from her car and says, I might be driving to a sale, maybe.
An hour and a half away in Pinehurst.
Yeah, during our meeting. Yeah. How about that? Our regularly scheduled C-Chats meeting.
Hey, I was just going to do it from the car. It did keep disconnecting, but that's a North Carolina connectivity issue because I kept trying to call in and be a part of it.
She did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we were happy to have her be able to do that. Like, that's part of the fun of the job. That's part of the fun of C-Chats. That's part of the fun of our business, is being able to just do things like that. So far be it from us to take it away from you with our schedule.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you kind of how mine happened, and then you can tell me. I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Okay. Deal.
So, of course, I'm always on estatesales.net, right? And I see this come up Thursday. And of course, we work from home a lot. My new thing, if you've seen our reels and heard us talk about it, is going to the library a couple of days a week. That's my new jam. Gets me out of the house, gives me some fresh change ups in the week. And I can get a lot of editing and creating done in the library versus at home. Yeah. So I've been trying to do that every Wednesday or Thursday, Friday. Those are the 3 days I'm able to kind of find times to slip it in. I try to do 2 a week. So that was my scheduled plan. My schedule that I have in TickTick has me going to the library every Wednesday and every Friday. I did go on Wednesday. I did not make Friday. And here's why. Because Thursday I found this amazing estate sale in Pinehurst, North Carolina, and said, I think I want to go. Now, let me back this up, because Nick said, I don't think we should source this weekend. And I said, oh.
Challenge accepted. Except by that, I mean, I'll be challenging.
So what I did the next morning, on Thursday morning, I called him and I said, I can't decide. Should I go to this estate sale in Pinehurst this morning? It's a really good one, and drive an hour and a half. Or should we go to yard sales this weekend? Choice theory. This is what I tell y'all. Y'all, you got to use choice theory. Use it with your children, and it works with your spouse or your significant other. Instead of him remembering that we weren't going to source this weekend, he said, I would rather you go to Pinehurst today because we have a lot to do this weekend. And we want to go to the farmer's market and do all this yard work. So I'd really rather you go do that. Okay, I'll go to the estate sale.
Welcome to Consignment Chats, where we not only teach you tips and tricks of reselling, but also how to trick your spouses. There we go.
It's all in good health and good business building ways. So
And if you
Anyway.
need help with the choice theory, Molly is an absolute expert at it. Like, you don't even know she's pulled it on you. Yeah. So
Right?
it's like,
You
you
don't.
need help. If you want tips and tricks, she is your girl. Join our
I got you
Patreon
covered.
group. I'm sure she will provide some choice theory advice there for you.
100%. 100%. And if you're a spouse that hasn't used on you all the time, I'm sure Nick will be happy to talk to you about what that feels like and commiserate with that. So anyway, I decided I'm going to Pinehurst. My original thought was I would get there, do the estate sale, come home, be home around lunch, see Nick at lunch, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I got there, y'all, and it was such a gorgeous day. I am not even putting up any of my media assets that I put in there.
Oh,
All right.
yes. Make
It
us
is
hungry
such
again.
a beautiful day that I decide, I mean, look at this picture. This is the outpost. This is part of kind
Love
of
it.
Pinehurst, their like village area. I went to this amazing restaurant and said, I'm going to go sit down somewhere. I'm not going to go through a drive-through on my way home. I'm going to go find a cool little like bistro or restaurant and sit down. Why? Because I'm a reseller and I work for me. And if I want to do this, I can. So I did. And it was wonderful. And I had the best sandwich I probably had in my life. Yes, I'm going to show it because we love to
Oh, it
talk
looks
food.
So good.
This was their avocado arugula BLT that had like a plum aioli. And oh my gosh, it was the best sandwich I've had in I don't know how many years. It was to die for.
Wow.
So I did that. I tooled around the village out in the sunshine. I had so much fun. I did get some things at the estate sale. Video coming. Here's a picture of y'all. They had shelves in this kitchen filled with pottery. I did pick some pottery up, but later I thought, you know what? I really should have picked up more, but I didn't.
Oh, really?
Anyway, yeah, I should have. I always think that every time I leave the pottery. You know, North Carolina.
You do well with North Carolina pottery. Yeah.
People like that Seagrove pottery, but I did pick up some pieces. One I decided to keep for myself. Anyway, I had this long, beautiful day. And then on the way home, while I was in Pinehurst, first I decided, why not check out the Pinehurst Goodwill? And on the way home, I thought, why not check out the Ashboro Goodwill and stretch my legs halfway home? So I did the estate sale, lunch, 2 thrift stores, and some outdoor time. And I had the best day all by myself. It was wonderful. I got home and I was so energetic. I got home, sat down, listed 5 things right away. And then I hit a wall and I was done.
Until the next day when you inspired us to have a pop-up palooza.
So Friday, when Molly should go to the library, because that's my library day, I am so tired, but also so feeling guilty that I spent the whole day sourcing stuff. And we already have so much stuff in our Money Mountain range that I said, I am just going to stay home and I'm going to focus on listing. So that was my motivation in minutes, was my own personal list-a-palooza. And who knew we turned it into a pop-up palooza? And a bunch of us went into the co-working room, set our goals for the day, and listed like crazy. And I said I was going to list 50 items, and dagummit, I did.
50?
50 items Friday. 50 items on Friday. Yep.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
She was really struggling around item number 40, but she pushed through. She did good.
I did. I did the last 5 off camera while Nick finished up dinner. I had 5 pieces of jewelry from the estate sale that I whipped out before dinner. So here's my thing. None of this was on my schedule. None of it. But I was still able to do it, succeed in it, and I still met my 12-week year tactics. I still did it all.
And I think that is the major takeaway for being an entrepreneur in general. We have the flexibility. We make our own schedules, but to be successful, you have to be able to pivot when something comes up, whether you chose it or not, and then make sure that you can pivot back and refocus on your goals and not wait until Monday like we used to. And make sure that we get back on track. So good job. That's what sets the successful ones apart from the ones that are now having to go find another real daytime job.
Right. So that was my week, because my Monday through Wednesday, my week was all by the calendar. Everything I scheduled, I had done. Not necessarily complete, because I am in the middle of some projects that do take a little longer to finalize, but I did the timed out work for all those. got my hair done Wednesday afternoon. I mean, everything went by schedule, and then I threw a wrench in it Thursday, but it was okay. It was a beautiful, shiny, polished wrench. And I listed and did what I needed to do and made 100% on my tactics for this week. So it was great. So let's talk about your
had a hair appointment in the middle of that, right?
Even got my hair
that
did.
can derail all of us. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Got my hair did. Got it all.
job.
It was a good week.
Right.
So tell me about your schedules, girls.
Go ahead, Samantha.
Oh, all right. My schedule was extra hectic because, and I talked about this in one of the thrifting videos, I tend to have a lot of side hustles. Like reselling used to be my side hustle, and then that became full time. And I just can't live without side hustles, I guess. Oh,
sorry, drop my phone over here.
I just can't live without side hustles, apparently. So I was walking a lot of dogs this week and doing a lot of dog related things. So I was in and out, but I was able to adapt and structure my schedule around it. And one of my 12-week year goals is to have more outdoor time. So it worked out great. And exercise. So I got my exercise in, I got my outdoor time in. I got to see a bald eagle on the walk. Like, it's good times.
Oh, my favorite. Oh,
yes. So, my schedule was crazy, but it was like very fulfilling because it was very balanced. Except I pulled Molly on Friday in the middle of our Listapalooza. I went to walk dogs
for an hour, y'all. She said, I'll be back in 1 hour.
Oh yeah, I never saw you again on Friday.
No, you didn't. So I did walk dogs for an hour. I did our 2-mile walk. I saw the eagle. Everything was great. And I decided on that walk that since I had to go drop things off at Goodwill, that was the plan that morning. My husband loaded the car with donations. I decided that I'd probably also need to shop, just a quick 10-minute challenge.
Why not?
Yeah, except I was in the store for an hour and 20 minutes. So I got...
Oh, wow.
I can't complain. I can't get mad or complain because I mean I do it every time.
Yeah. Yeah. And my Goodwill does where you get if you spend $50 or more, you get a 50% off coupon for your next time. So when I'm in there, I have to, get at least $100 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can use my 50% off coupon, and then they say keep that coupon for next time because I spent over $50. So it's a fun coupon game that I like to play. I have a lot of board games, a lot. I've listed a lot. I still have a lot. So yeah, it was great. It was a good time. That did derail me a little bit though. So
you were shocked. She was shocked. I can't remember what you said, but when you came back in the room later that afternoon, you were like, "Oh gosh, Molly's still here."
I literally said
you did come back. I
literally came back in and I was like, crap, I have to tell her what I did.
She was hoping it wouldn't be me in there and there'd be just all our other sea chatters that might not. Although Don would have held you to it because he was looking at his watch every 30 minutes wanting to know.
He's still
what kind of timer you use for an hour.
Even last night when I logged off and said good night, and I said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And he's like, I don't even believe you when you say that anymore. I don't know.
Oh, me.
So did you end up with all these, with your side hustles and your thrift, and did you end up meeting your goals for the week?
I did. It was a little harder to calculate because when I brought home stuff that is replenishable, so I couldn't just be like, I had this many new listings and this much new revenue. I had to go through and account for all the random $12 additions that I did. But I did meet my goal, and I found something super fun. So every town has their little Monopoly game that they do as a fundraiser or with the Chamber of Commerce every so often. We've actually had 2 rounds, once in 1998 and then once 2 or 3 years ago. And I don't very often see the 1998 one. A lot of the businesses on it are no more and people love to collect them. I found a sealed one.
Ooh.
And I took a shot in the dark and just listed that baby for like $70 because I have no idea. But it is builds. And then I also found an opened one, which I had found one a couple months ago and parted it out. But the board had been ruined and stuff. So this one I was able to part out, duplicate some of the old listings. And Bill's best friend, who's no longer with us, he used to have a shop, and it's one of the railroads in there.
Oh.
So I kept this card for Bill. We'll put it with Bernie's picture or something on the shelf. But
I love that.
yeah, I said, did you know that Bernie had a spot on this game? And he's like, no way.
Oh,
so
he
then
didn't know.
He had no idea. And Bill used to help him with the shop and stuff. They had an archery club, the whole 9 yards. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so that was super fun. But I'm gonna be watching this sealed one to see. It just got listed yesterday morning, something like that. Whenever eBay came back on.
You'll have to keep us posted.
Yeah.
This could be another house hippo. Maybe not quite a house hippo, but we want to hear.
So it's funny, as you were talking about North Carolina pottery, my house hippo was pottery from North Carolina as well.
Was it?
Yes, it was from a North Carolina artist. So yeah, I thought that was funny.
How about that?
But so there's other things that come up though. I mean, we could have controlled these things that came up for us, but also over the weekend, eBay had issues. And I know for me as a Nifty user, Nifty just straight up like stopped doing anything with eBay because the handshake was not completing and they were having too many issues. So they just shut it off and said, we'll let you know when it's back up and running. And that can really put a wrench in things. I know other people didn't know it was down, so they were struggling to try to get stuff up or message people or look at their orders, and they were having lots of issues. So we have to be able to pivot for things like that as well, because that can be frustrating. Luckily, it happened on a Sunday, and it's working great now, so everything's fine.
And I mean, you lost internet. You had internet issues one morning. One of our community members, Jill of Rusted Truck Relics, had some connectivity issues. She pivoted her schedule and did photography. Like that's one of the things we can do, right? When we don't have connectivity, because there's not too much you can do when you don't.
Right.
But photos are a good way to pivot that schedule. Yes. And all right, speaking of side hustles, sourdough. You worked that into your week. Am I correct?
Girl.
I did. I made my first ciabatta rolls.
Oh my gosh, those look so good.
They are so good. I was a little worried. I text Jill and I was like, as I was cutting it, because it says like when you go to shape them, you dump the dough out and it says now shape it into a rectangle, but be careful not to pop the bubbles. And I kid you not, I like went to just stretch it just so lightly and it sounded like bubble wrap. It was like, and I'm like,
don't pop the bubble.
I text Jill and I was like, I don't have high hopes for these. And then I text her an hour later and I'm like, these are delicious.
Oh, good.
I love it.
So yeah, I was still doing sourdough. We're leaving town this weekend to move our daughter back from Michigan State. And my friend's gonna come and watch Diamond and visit her for us. And I said, I'm taking sourdough requests. And she's like, well, I definitely need some of those rolls.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing more baking this week to help compensate my friend for her dog sitting.
Yeah. And if you don't know, like we do all sorts of stuff in our Patreon group. So Samantha actually did a lunch and learn all about sourdough and sourdough starters, and people have been loving it. And I
love hearing everybody's updates when they come in and they're like, I made my first loaf of bread. Or Beth has part of her personal, because we do business goals and personal goals in our mastermind because we believe in work-life balance. And she's been having like a different sourdough project as her personal goal each week. And I love it.
Awesome. All right, let me tell us about your week. Did you have just the perfectly
kind of a good
planned
segue, right? Like I don't have time to cook, bake. I tried the sourdough. I just don't have the time for it. Like I can't squeeze it in.
I am going to channel my inner star from Flippin' Hippos and say you don't make time.
I don't make the time for sourdough.
Right.
I'm not.
It's not a priority.
It's not a priority
right now. Absolutely.
Right.
And so what my kind of like, I'm gonna start with food. Because I'm super hungry right now. But like what my week looks like fitting in feeding myself, right, is I'll make one big thing for the week, like one crock pot meal for the week. So last week it was like a buffalo chicken protein pasta in the crock pot, and that's what I
Yum.
ate all week. Yeah, all
Which
week.
which the recipe is shared in our Consignment Chats
Mhm,
Facebook
mhm.
community because we also have been sharing recipes in there.
Yeah, like we need things quick and easy. So that's one of the ways I get my schedule under control, is that I'm not stopping to cook multiple times throughout the week. And that's fine with me. That's what works for me.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what my schedule looks like. Yeah. It's packed. There's a lot of stuff in there, including my personal time. It's not all work. And yeah, I have everything scheduled out. I move those babies around a lot. One of the things I added that I'm kind of loving is I have a dollar amount I need to list I shoot to list every week, which is like $3,500 in inventory. So what I started doing was, like, on each listing time block, I add where I am. And it's been
I like
super
that.
Oh, that's a good
motivational.
way to track
Oh
that.
my gosh. Yeah. So it's cool to look back at the week and see, like, all right, I was at, let's see, like on Wednesday afternoon, I was at $2,000. And yeah, it's kind of cool to see how that plays out. But my goal this week was to really hit it hard and kind of front load my week so that I could golf on Friday afternoon and be done early. And that really helped me, that dollar amount, putting that in. Yeah, that was kind of awesome. And yeah,
And then
so I hit it.
you had your first time golfing outside.
I did.
On the
And I
real
moved my
course.
schedule around to accommodate that. I didn't think I would be able to successfully do it, but it's funny when you have to be done by a certain time, sometimes you just do it. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how I did it. Like, I actually hit about $4,000, which I overshot my goal by, 1 o'clock on Friday. So,
Good
Yeah.
job.
Good
yeah.
job.
But
Good
that was my
job.
interruption last week.
So this is good because you're showing the side of, it's coming. So how do you
Mhm.
Yeah.
prepare ahead of time? Whereas we kind of showed the side of, we just decided to change things on a whim. And how did we fix that on the backside of that to
Yeah.
still do what we needed to do? So that's good.
Yeah. And every Thursday I go out with my friends. Every Thursday night, I have that on my schedule. Like, that is friend time, rejuvenating, all of that. And I make sure I'm done by a certain time on that day. So yeah, I guess I'm a little, not always, but I think I'm gonna start being, like, much more strict with my schedule, because it was awesome to be done early on a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's put that in my
2 weeks in a row.
schedule.
2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
I put that in my schedule when you were helping me on the way back from our cruise, that I was going to be done early on certain days. And you know what I found? Since I actually made it a scheduled thing, I'm not actually doing it. I'm working beyond. Like, I guess because I officially gave myself permission to be done at 2 or 3 in the afternoons. And then I'm like, oh, but I can do another hour. Oh, I can, but I'm not quite done. I'm going to finish this up.
If you go to 4, you feel like an overachiever. You're
right?
like,
Look at me. I worked an extra hour.
Yes.
But I do want to switch that, because there's some personal things that I need to prioritize that I'm not right now. I'm prioritizing work stuff, and that will come to a head. It always does. If you don't balance it, it does come to a head. And I got to start doing that better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I like that. Same thing. Like, when I say I'm done early, like on Thursday, I ended up coming back and working after I went out with my friends. And that was totally cool. Yeah. Oh, Samantha can vouch for me. And that's something I don't usually do, because I didn't have to.
Right.
I felt like, all right, I got this freedom. I'm gonna do. It didn't feel like I had to do it.
Isn't it such a different mentality when you do
So
something like that? It's so weird. Why are our brains that way?
It also has me, though, a little bit worried about her sleep schedule. That's why I asked her before we started recording how her sleep schedule looks, though, because
yeah, and it sounds like, Libby, you and I are going to bed about the same time, because I have a 10 o'clock to bed and 10:30 screens off limit.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I'm still sleeping.
And I can't speak to that, because I fall asleep by 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, you're a late owl. And
What do you think about like putting your sleep on the schedule?
Oh, I sleep until 8. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm just saying, like, in general for people, like, what do you think about like putting a bedtime on the schedule? I've
Yeah,
never
I
done
can
that.
see that.
I'm just curious.
I mean,
it's
I do have
worked
like
well
a
for
quitting.
me.
I do have like a quitting time anyways, and when I'm done, I just brush my teeth and go right to bed. But but I do, even my nighttime listing, like I have a block of scheduled time for it says, you know, I think it says dinner with family, even though it's just Bill and I now, but I have like a 4-hour, 3-hour block of like when we're gonna cook, we're gonna watch a show or go for a walk or whatever we're gonna do as a family. That's non-work time. And then I put listing back on my calendar. Like those are times that I make sure, and I do have it go until midnight. So by like 12:20 is like the cutoff of like, that's what I'm done.
Yeah. So like you are the master of stopping, like taking a break and getting back to work. That is my Achilles heel. I am.
Yeah, me too.
It is rare that I am able to do that. Like when I'm done for the day, I am usually absolutely done for the day, and I like to know I'm done for the day. It is killer for me to take. I'm not sure how you do that, but it's on your schedule and it works for you.
It used to be a lot easier because my husband would get up at 4 a.m. And so he went to bed at like 8:30 at night. And he needs a lot more sleep than I do. He'd have a full night. And so that's why I started going back to work at that time. Maria would be, you know, winding down or whatever, and then he would be going to work or to bed. So I would go to work, and it was a lot easier. Now Bill's retired and he doesn't go to bed till like 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, sometimes even later. And it's harder sometimes. It is harder. I stick to it, but there was a night this week that I didn't stick to it. So yeah, it does get harder. But it's what works for our family. And I have to remind him of that too sometimes. Like, well, you know, I stopped at 2 o'clock today so that we could go do X, Y, and Z. And that's why I have to go back to work at 9 p.m. Like because I don't work full-time hours to begin with. Like I'm probably putting a solid 20 hours a week into my Sorting with Samantha business, because we also still, on top of our reselling businesses where we do list full time. I mean, I'm listing $2,500 worth of stuff a week. Libby's listing $3,500 worth of stuff a week. Molly is just making ridiculous numbers over there. We're not even going to talk about her. She's got ridiculous sell-through rates and her average sale price. But we also have a consignment chat schedule, which this week's, just to give everybody an example. We have 3 book clubs this week. One of them is a fun, like personal one, but we have lots of stuff going on. Our mastermind, we go live on YouTube. We have like today when we record, like half of our day, almost every day is consignment chats. Yeah, so we definitely have to balance even more than the average reseller. So, yeah.
And that's where balancing those two can easily take away from your personal life. Because even like when we do our C Chats craft nights on every other Thursday night, I love crafting. But that's the thing I have to really start working into my schedule at a time when my brain is ready for it, because it's just I'm not doing it like I should.
Yeah.
I'm just not, because the other things take up so much of your time. And then there's times where I just want to shut off. I just don't want to do anything. And that's usually in the evenings where I just want to unplug, put whatever on the TV, kick back on the couch and chill.
Oh yeah. Yesterday I did 3 puzzles. And those were like the only things I listed until I did come in and work after like 9 p.m. But the whole day it felt so weird. And Bill's like, are you sure you're not going to like list anything? You're not going to, and I'm like, no, I'm watching TV and I'm doing puzzles. I listed the puzzles. So I was like, boom, I'm still working. It's fine.
There you go. There you go. See, and I find that to be difficult. And we have talked about this multiple times before, because I find myself sliding back into it over and over again. But with Nick home on the weekends, we work on the weekends because he wants to list. He wants us to work together and do stuff with the business.
Yeah.
And, you know, what's this on eBay? And let's talk about this with Poshmark. And I'm like, it's Sunday. Like, let's not and say we did. Like,
yeah.
But I end up telling myself I need to take time for me during the week to have like an official day off.
Mhm.
So that then during the weekends, it's not that big of a deal, but it's still, I don't do it. It's very, very hard with the two different businesses to actually say, I'm taking a day off. So I guess I save all mine to go on vacations. And I do the 7-day
There
a
you
week
go.
until I take a vacation. Like,
There you go. There you
I guess
go.
mine evens out because I just don't do it. I mean, I listed those 50 things Friday, Saturday. I got to throw this in there, y'all, because yes, my choice theory worked for Thursday. But there will be a video going out. It's already waiting for Samantha to schedule it, where we went to the farmer's market Saturday morning, and I may have gotten him to go to 2 yard sales on our way home.
Yes.
Wow.
And I came home and listed. Everything from the 2 sales are listed except 2 items because I got to put batteries in them to test them. Everything else.
Wow.
Sometimes I just want to be in your car when you're doing these things. Like you go to the farmer's market, and I just imagine like you're about to head home, and Nick is going to get on the highway, and you're like, well, babe, you could take the highway, but like, I just feel like we maybe need to take a stroll through the countryside. It would be a much nicer. Oh, look at that. There's a yard sale. That's crazy.
How did we know that was there? So, spoiler alert. Well, a little thing to get you to want to watch it. The beginning of this video does start out with us in the car, just having this little bit of a discussion. We're on our way to the farmer's market, and I'm talking yard sales. So, yeah, that might actually be on the video.
So Maria calls me yesterday, and I called her to tell her about my ciabatta bread. And she's I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm in the car. I was going to a farmer's market. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And she's like, yeah, I went to the wrong one. They have so many down there. She drove a half hour the one way, and she really needed to drive a half hour the opposite direction because the one was the day before, and it was it was hilarious. She's like, I won't make that mistake again. I know which one's on Saturday and which one's on Sunday. And it was really funny. But she's another reason when she comes to town, or I know Cal will randomly pop in sometimes, like we have to be able to be flexible for that too. Maria drugged me out last weekend when she was here. We went to Canada so she could get her all dressed ruffle chips because that's her favorite thing ever. So we have to have that flexibility too for our babies.
Yeah, our babies need it.
Mine will be here next week, so we will be doing some pretty hardcore thrifting, which I don't normally do. Yeah.
Which one? Both or Avery?
Avery, the reseller.
The reseller. Okay.
My little reseller, my giant reseller.
Yeah, I was about to say there's nothing little about Avery. He is a tall, big guy. He's a tall one. He's a tall drinkafata.
Oh, thank you, honey. Sorry,
I'm
just having a latte.
And he lists it the same day. Like he's very, very diligent about listing stuff the same day. So
good for him.
He'll keep me on track, even with the interruption. Yeah.
Well, I wish I could tap into whatever made me, because there are times where I go out and go thrifting, and then I come home and I'm like, I can't move. I'm done. And I don't list anything for a couple of days. But this week was just a really plugged in good week.
Good job. Just remember that feeling. Remember that feeling.
Because we all have those days where you're like, I want to go do this, and you go to the bins, and you're like, I'm going to go to the bins for a couple hours, then I'm going to come home, and then I'm going to do this, that, and the other. You go to the bins, you come home, and you're like, nope, I'm not. I'm tired.
Well, I feel like the bins is different. That is a lot. Like,
but anything,
you gotta like take a shower when you go home. You're putting all the stuff you bought in the wash machine. Like, it's a little different.
Right. Well, anything that you do, sometimes I do that stuff and then I feel like, okay, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm not doing anything. And then I'm like, that. But this week was just a really good week. It was rejuvenating and good. So I need to keep that train. Choke.
And you can rewatch this video as many times as you need
to remind me
when you're going to.
And here's the beautiful thing of all of the stuff that I did. I'm going to have 2 videos for the Thrift Find Flip channel. One is ready from this weekend's yard sale. And then what I work on after this episode is I'm working on the one from the estate sale and my little trip to, what's the name of the place?
The
Pinehurst.
So
No, what was it?
our Thrift Find Flip channel is listed in the description below. Make sure to do that because one of those videos will be out when this comes out because I got to do one today because Molly is meeting my goals for me. So
Is it on your schedule?
it is. It is
Yep.
on my schedule to post a video
works.
today. So she's nailing it.
Yeah, you guys
So-
are crushing it. Yeah.
One thing you mentioned today, Libby, that I want to add that I want to do differently next week because I realized it's something I'm not doing a good job of. I like that you add your money on your calendar each day, how much you list. Now, I'm not doing mine monetarily this 12-week year. I'm doing mine by number of items listed. But
Yeah.
like last night when we were doing Reseller Reset on Sunday night, I should say, because by the time they get this, it won't be last night. But Sunday night when we did Reseller Reset, I spent the first like 10 minutes going through all the eBay listings back to Monday's date to count how many items I listed so I could put it in my spreadsheet because I wasn't tracking them. I just was listing. So I had to sort through my listings, your listings for the last week, which both of us were working a lot. So it was a lot of listings to count how many I needed to track in my spreadsheet.
Does your Vendu have any type of tracking on what you've listed? Like they're really good about analytics and stuff. Do they? So like,
yeah, I don't know. I've never looked on that. I can look, but what I think I want to do is do what Libby's saying and put it in my tick each day because I do have a list however many items. I think mine list 5 kind of thing, but then actually go in there and put how many I listed that day because rarely do I stick with 5. I don't think any. And I knew that when I set my number for 12-week year, I was like, I feel like that's kind of low, and I've gone above every week.
And I really like the part that's been motivating to me is to use a running total, right? Like, I'm at 2,500, I'm at 3,000, I'm at, you just keep that running, like just running up for the week. The other way I did it when I was tracking the number of listings was I just put it in my intention journal. I'd run the blank page over here. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I would just
another good
put
idea.
little tick marks sometimes. Just to
So
keep myself going.
Nifty has a goal setting area and they don't do it by monetary value, but that I could put in like I just put in rough that my goal was about 600 items a month.
Oh, look at that.
But you can do it weekly. It tracks your profit automatically because when it brings in sales and stuff and has the whole dashboard already. Up in the top left corner, it says you're doing better than you think, which was very motivating because it says I'm behind on my goals. So.
I'm going into Vendu now just to see if there's anything on the app, but I've never looked.
I need to go into my listing calculator, like our listing calculator, but my saved one of what my monetary goal is and see what my actual listing number goal is and make sure that is reflected appropriately. Because I just guessed when I was playing with their new goals or whatever. But yeah, it's keeping track of it is definitely motivating and help along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and my thing too is, so if I track through Vendu, because my process is different, I don't list into Vendu and then put it onto other marketplace. Like I list directly in eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point,
but when
you get to pulling it into Vendu and moving it forward, but that's not always.
And it might sell on eBay before it ever
moves over.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, because Nifty, it's when it syncs too, because I have to do my car parts on eBay and then have it sync in or whatever. And that,
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work well for me through Vendu because we don't cross list every day. But, Nick used to be real good at it, but he's gotten so into other stuff with the business that he's not.
Right.
He's not doing his daily cross listing. You know what'll get him back at it? This is how I'll get him back, y'all. Again, how to manipulate your husband. This is how you're going to get him back. Look at Libby's like, I don't think we should be saying this live. I'm just going to tell him.
I need to learn these things.
I'm just going to tell him, honey, I think that we need to hire a VA to do our cross listing.
Oh my God.
And if he thinks I'm going to put money out to somebody, he'll be like, oh, no, I'll do this. I'll do it every night. Like
he'll cross list 3 people's stores before he'll pay for someone to do yours.
Before he's going to let me hire somebody.
Oh, that's a Polly. Polly, my friend Polly. Yeah. Her husband. wouldn't fix stuff around the house. And
Oh,
she said, she was like, all right, well, you have 2 weeks and then I'll just hire the handyman to fix it. But the money's coming out of your bank account.
I just want to say,
brilliant.
Yep, that's what
Their house has never looked better.
This is Libby and Larry and their happy relationship out golfing, doing great things. This is Bill and I, because I went thrifting. That's so maybe we shouldn't be given the marriage advice. I don't know. He's like, you did. That was him looking into the hatch of my car when he came home. He came home at the same time I was doing a video, and he's like, what did you do?
What did you do?
He's like, you left to walk dogs. I'm like, you told me to bring the donations to Goodwill, and we know this isn't my job. This is the problem right here. Like,
from now on, he'll be taking the donations to Goodwill. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I do have one life lesson for people before we go, though, has nothing to do with reselling. But if you have a dog that won't take a bath, I'm
oh my gosh,
this.
I laughed so hard at this and showed it to Nick. This is brilliant, Samantha.
I am shouting this from the rooftops. I'm sure I saw it on TikTok or Facebook or something a long time ago. We've done baths like this for the past 6 months or so, because Diamond she's a Great Dane. The bigger the dog, the more scared they are of everything. She's scared of her own shadow half the time, and she did not like getting in the tub. She gets claustrophobic. Even if I bring her to the pet store and we do the back there, she hates it. Also, they're not made for big dogs, so it was a whole thing. Normally, we had to have a second person pet her and tell her she's pretty, and just as we live life for Diamond every day. But now I get out her jar of natural peanut butter, and she gets so excited. She jumps in the bathtub, and I smear a small amount. It looks like a lot, but it really is the smallest amount onto the tub. And I can do what, like, hadn't even had time to take her collar off at this point. She's ready. So I've been washing her this way. And today I was like, I'm going to get a little ballsy. I'm going to try to clip her nails in the tub and see how that works. Oh my God. I was able to clip every single nail. She did not even care, which normally Bill has to feed her peanut butter and like tell her she's pretty while I do the whole thing. And I still get like 2 paws done. And I'm like, that's a victory. I clipped all of her nails. I blow dried her. She hates the blower at the pet store and stuff. I blow dried her. She was in love. Before she even stepped out of the bathtub, she was completely dry and good, and it was fantastic. So peanut butter smeared on the bathroom wall sounds super weird, but my God, did it work. It was great.
Oh,
look at peanut butter saving the world one smear at a time. One smear at a time, saving the world. I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. Well, I hope that this look into our real lives and how everything, as we've said before, it's not all the perfect things you see on Instagram and TikTok and all that. And things happen. It's just your mentality and how you deal with it. And a lot of times it happens because you choose for it to happen. And sometimes it happens and you have zero control over it, right? You just learn how to pivot and keep that mindset in a positive place. And if you need help and support with that, we got you. Join us over in our community on Facebook or our Patreon, which is where everything gets into our Patreon. You can join for free, or you can pay for a level and really get involved with us and have fun with our community. Yes, we love our sea chatters. We're together most of the week, aren't we? Like literally together.
Yeah, like bestest friends. And we've had some newbies join us that have just been phenomenal human beings, and just I just couldn't be better.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love our positive, uplifting community. All right, girls. I'm about to cheer us out. So nobody interrupt me either. Get your toaster cup ready. Look at our faces are in every screen now. Look at that.
I love it.
All right. Until next time.
Cheers.
That's my face.
Thanks for being here with us on Consignment Chat. Find everything we do at consignmentchats.com and stay connected with us by subscribing wherever you listen or watch. We'll see you next time.